Hi friends, this is Tony from Historic American Homes. We're back with another SketchUp Pro Quick Tip, and we're going to look at the axis in the model axis, and how to change it and how to use it in making your model. As you'll see on this model, I have two parts to this building set at two different axial orientations. I want to show you how we can use the axis to make that a little bit easier. As you see here, there's the blue is the vertical. I've got the red x-axis and the green y-axis. That location is where the default for when I opened the model, when I created the model. So the first thing I did was to create two scenes. I've got one called 90 and one called 45, and you do that with your scene tab over here on the right. Click on the plus sign to create a new scene, and you want your scene to remember the axis location. So I've created one for 90 degrees, which just is easy way to come back to the default axis location whenever I want. And then I created a second one, and at present the axis appears to be in the same place. Well, the axis is in the same place, and I am now going to move the axis and rotate it so that it is aligned with this section of the building here. So I do that. I'm in my scene. I've got my scene selected, and I've got axis location down here at the bottom right. I'm going to right click over one of the axis lines and select place. It will now ask me to locate the origin point, and if you look down in the bottom left corner, you'll see a prompt there: pick point for origin of axes. So I'm going to come into this corner of the building here, and that's my origin. And then my prompt in the bottom left says pick direction for red axis. I'm going to pick a point on that line off to the right, and then pick direction for green axis, a point on the line off to the left. And now I've created a new origin and new axis that aligns with this part of my building. You can see the red axis going off this way, the green axis going off that way. Now, before I do anything else, I want to go back up to my tab and right click and update. So now I have a scene which remembers that axis location. It's called 45-degree grid in this case, even though the angle is not actually 45. Down at the bottom of the scene tab, we see axis location is being remembered. So if I'm working on some other part of the drawing, I'm over here, I can bring up that axis. If you don't see it, check your view and make sure that it's selected. There you see the red and the green aligned with the living room here, and then here we see the red and the green aligned with the rest of the house. Now I'll show you one of the reasons why that can be useful. I have the structural floor plate here of this living room, and I want to create a finish floor that's going to go over this. Instead of applying my finished material directly to my structural floor plate, I like to separate the finish elements in my models. So what I've done is I have created a floor plate for just the living room that matches that living room floor. And I went in to it and applied my texture to this floor surface. Now, when I did that, it was aligned with this part of the model up here. My floorboards were not running parallel to these walls. They were running sort of off at an inappropriate angle. So what I did was I applied my texture. That would be using materials. I picked my flooring material, and then I right-clicked on it and texture position. I grabbed these. You see the original, it was originally sort of like that. It was sort of like that. So I clicked and dragged the red pin to that corner there, and then I clicked and dragged the green pin to align to that edge, and that aligned my flooring with my room axis. Right click, done. So that's how to use the axis to make things easier to align, and to create scenes that remember your two axis directions. I hope that was useful, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Please like this video. If you liked it, please subscribe. I come out with these about once a week, as well as I track the various design projects that I'm doing. I've got a neo-colonial cottage that I've just started, and I've got a small mid-century modern inspired house that I'm partway through designing now. And both of those I'll be following on playlists on my channel. So have a great day and hope to see you all again soon. Bye.